Magical sound. All right, so should be up and going. Uh, uh, Turn yours off and turn it back on, maybe. Magical sound. All right, so should be up and going. Oh my gosh! All right, look, I don't know what happens to my sound because there was nothing that I changed from the time that I did the morning one to this one. I think it's just because I did the morning one and it didn't like that. So anyway, ugh, today, this morning, I went ahead and I worked on the other leg. Yesterday, I worked on letter E, my son's first initial, and I've gone ahead and put the placement down for. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Um, I went ahead and put the placement for the G, very similar to that one on the other side. So whenever I woke up this morning, the G was still there, still fresh. So I just decided, before I went and sweated it off or, washed it off or anything like that, I would just go ahead and do it. This is coffee, not grape juice today. We'll switch to grape juice later. But anyway, yeah. So since I went ahead and did that this morning, I'm trying to do that whole tattoo a day thing. I'm still going to do a tattoo tonight. I really just wanted to do some coloration, and I think I might. Um, I'll just go ahead and switch over to this. Uh, so I think I might go ahead and color in my little cute Thulu. But I do have a very, like, you can't barely even see it in here. It's like a 3D lightning bolt that I'm going to do. And I'm going to do that one without using any black, right? So it's all going to be color. And yeah, yeah, it is a 2 a day. Yay. So I don't know if my gain is a little bit too high. I don't want to be blowing out anyone's eardrums, so I'm trying to adjust while I move. Um, I also want to be able to be heard whenever I'm facing in this direction. So if there's any other sound options, please, don't neglect to bring it up in chat, and I will definitely work on it as I can. So glad you guys are here. Glad you guys get to witness me poking more holes in my legs. I'm actually going a little bit out of my comfort zone. I do have a round liner. Yep, and I have a larger than I have been using round shader. Ta-da! And then for the bigger areas of coloration, I went ahead and opened this guy up because there's no tabs on it. But I got this large Magnum. So this thing is what is it? It's a 10 size needle. So it's a little bit small, but it's a 19 count. So I'm really looking forward to hurting myself a lot with that guy. And that coloration I won't be using here on the lightning bolt. I'm going to just actually let me get that one out. I want to do this. I want to use one of these small curved mags. Um, not something so gigantor that it's gonna blow out from the edges of this very tiny tattoo. So I'll go ahead and get one of those out, and we can we can get we can get started with it. So as always, this is love doing my whole spiel of um, making sure that no one does what it is that I'm doing. Uh, Safety first. Trust your tattoo artist. Blah blah blah. And yeah, here's a liner. No black. That's my first time. My first time starting off a tattoo without a black or a gray. I'm going straight to color with it, and we're gonna see how that works out. Could be interesting. Who knows? Let's see. Got my needle thrown out pretty far. I could get it going a little bit farther than that. Let me see if I can put it on something to help it focus. I mean, you guys get it. Like I always do this. I always do the needle to approximation of a pencil, like a mechanical pencil, not the lead, but the actual mechanical part. All right, there we go. Make sure it's snapped in there good and tight. And let's do this. So what I'm starting off with is kind of kind of fun. Make sure I get enough cord here. There we go. Load it up, and this is a kind of a light blue color. Ooh, not without that butter, I don't. And I'm already starting to notice that this is hitting pretty hard. So I'm gonna move kind of quick on this, hopefully. And now I am gonna go ahead and do like a good outline in this, or at least attempt to. Hope you guys can kind of see that. It is a very light color, but I have a nice gray that I'm going to be using on some of the interior parts, some of the interior lines. So, and I would love to say, yeah, I'm going to do this and it's not going to be messy and all that, but I'll be honest with you, like this is like my kryptonite right here because I don't really know shading. I haven't done a lot of it, and I definitely haven't worked with a lot of color. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to take this liner, and I am, definitely going to town there, and that's fine. Um, the only thing that I really want to do is make sure I get these edges nice and crisp, and then I can take that large shader and kind of go in there and clean some things up. Lucky me, I actually loaded this pretty well. And for y'all that for anyone that didn't see it on the last episode, the one that I did this morning, whenever I take a little break here between tattoos, I'll give you a little flash of that letter that I worked on. I don't want you guys to miss out, right? Just because you had to do something trivial like work. All right, let's see that little. Look at that string closed captioner. I thought I would actually need you today. I know that's what it is. It's just string closed captioner trying to get me to like go with that service. It's funny after working on my pins and close to my knees, like this literally feels like nothing. There's absolutely no pain whatsoever. It's kind of bizarre. It's actually like a really nice light blue. I'm kind of shocked by it. Really like it. Probably can't really see it too well on the camera, as it's going to be a very light tattoo anyway. Well, for the most part, I got a little shocker there at the end that that hopefully will make it at least a little bit more entertaining to view. And the great thing about this too is like really really like the idea of being able to explore a little bit, try something new. This is a standard size needle. This actually it doesn't do a bad job with the minor coloration. Also pretty surprised with the detail that I was able to get um, on the initials that I did. A pretty nice level of detail, honestly. So I can get a decent bold line from this, and then get some decent fine line working as well. It's pretty cool to have something that's that versatile. Whether or not it stays, we'll just have to see. But I'm not too worried about it. I think this will be fine. Like I said, I got kind of a fun change of pace to finish this one out. Fun for me. I just look for some things have a lot of meaning. Some things are just I'm just doing it for the experimentation of it. See if I can. This is one of those that's definitely for the experimentation. I'm not crying. You're crying. One of the things that I noticed while I was kind of doing a little maintenance on my machine is that there's a little rubber grommet that holds the armature in place. And mine, whoa, the machine just died. That's weird. Well, that is bizarre. Gotta work quick, I guess. Shoot. Machine didn't like me talking that much, I suppose. Hmm. It's just not the best night, guy. I'll have to work really quick. Yeah, that was weird. That was like the weirdest thing. Let's go ahead and we'll rinse that guy out. Here's to here's to hoping that I get to continue. What if I don't? What if I'm stuck with a crappy tattoo and it's not even my fault? What you guys probably can't tell is that I did actually just change the color. No bigs. I've got like a almost like a battleship gray kind of color going on. Got a lot of blue in it. A lot lighter. This is just again, it's like a an experiment on color for sure. Firing awfully loud. This thing dies on me. I'll be so good. And I'll also be really glad that it died on me and not on somebody else. I'm so bad that my wife wasn't here to witness it. All the stuff I had on my wish list for tattoo stuff. Mm. I've discovered that I really don't like anything that I mix with a white. So even this gray, like white is not just a difficult. Uh, sorry, white is not just a difficult color to sink in. It's also difficult to keep on the ready. Battleship Gray lines turned out pretty good, but I want to bump them up a lot more. So I'm going to move out a little bit and dump ink all over myself. I swear, man. Sorry. Much better, much better. Start to fill up pretty good. Before this goes away, about spot right here. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I just had the knob turns like halfway between. All right. I'm gonna wash that out because I am gonna use that later. Yeah, so white has a tendency to fade more because it's not really a pigment. It's not a pigment, right? I mean, it's not one that's naturally produced by the body. Neither are the rest of the colors, but you can kind of trick your body into making them. But white's a really difficult one, and I'm finding that it's not just uh, the the color and keeping it from fading. It's also just the viscosity of it. Like it just does not like to go into the skin. I feel like it. Switching over to a 9 round shader, so this is a little bit larger of a shader, and I'm going to use that for coloration, which means I'm going to bump my machine down a little. But yeah, the viscosity of it is insane. Like I don't know, I even went and bought like a fairly well reviewed um, white for just for this for the purpose of trying to use a little bit more and mix some better colors and everything. And I feel it doesn't really matter. Now that sounds very defeatist, but it's still like seems to almost become this house paint color. It's just thick, two C's. I'm absolutely packing this color down in here with a shader. And even though I'm moving at a lower speed, I don't know if you guys noticed the sound difference on the tattoo machine. This is a much lower speed than what was there before. The reason being is I don't want to turn my leg into the meat. I mean, it is meat, but you know what I mean. More meat, minced meat, ground beef, all the delicious things that you can make with animals. Hopefully, no one's a vegetarian. If you are, I'm sorry. Don't mean to offend. I'm not the most offensive person I know. No, there actually are some thinners, but I don't know how well they would perform. If that makes sense. Um, just because they're more used as like you get a direct pigment and then you mix it, like it's like a mixing medium, and it keeps things well, it keeps things liquid. Say it. I'm going in this nice straight line, but I'm trying to make these grand little circles, these tiny little circles. Some areas I just don't see where I'll be able to do that. Now, luckily, I've heard, and I've done this before, I've done this on several of my tattoos, that you can use a shader with a liner. So as long, it's not the best thing to do whenever you're coloring, of course, because you can misplace it. And you can actually see, well, I can see, hopefully you can kind of tell there are some splotchy areas, even what I just went over. I'm trying to take advantage right now of all the ink that is pooled on the surface of the skin by going back over it and trying to push it into the skin while it's still there. Another weird thing with color is that it doesn't wipe off as easy. So, kind of, it comes out of the stylus here pretty easy. It's wild. But again, I think that's the white. Like it's really weird, really, really bizarre how it works. Dabs coming out pretty easy before, not not so much now. Now this is actually a large enough size where it would probably be beneficial for me to switch over to a mag. But there is one thing that I want to do before I do that. So, drunken botany, how's work treating you, man? You doing pretty good out there? I know weather's sometimes questionable, so let's revisit this in a second. We'll come back to that. Where is the small mag? There she be. Fun. That's a tiny one. Soak up some of that ink there. There to the edge. Way back here. Oh, nice. That's awesome, man. That is really awesome. I've just been doing this. It's but I've been doing a lot of it. So I think this makes the number 21 or 22. I can't remember. I've lost count. Well, I mean, maybe our opinions aren't that of wine snob, but I can definitely give you my 2 cents on it. I know. I'm kind of round two of D&D. Got it. Yeah, it's hard for me to catch up too. It's pretty fun though. Like just knowing I can go back on a lot of the episodes. There's a few I can't go back to. Um, until if I shouldn't say until but if I ever hit affiliate, then they hold on to the episodes a little bit longer. You know, so right now what I'm doing is I'm just kind of throwing them back on YouTube. So I have some sort of backup. I'm really pissing off the skin tonight, but that's okay. Uh-oh. It's a promotion board. You don't want my 2 cents on promotion boards. I'll give it to you though. Who's gonna answer that question that you're getting at? No, no, not in reference to promotion boards. That's just me being a jerk. Whew. Okay. Well, either way, I guess it's it'll be good for you. It'll look good for you. It'll be good for you. That'd be a darn lie. Should just use the regular mag on this instead of curved one. You know, straighter lines, I think. Yeah, either way, you know what's great about this is that still a lot of room for making mistakes and fixing them. So I'm not gonna complain. Yeah, that's sounds like they're going regular army. That's about how things normally go, and they want you to do that. You know, they want you to experience that whole like going to the board, you know, getting an idea, thinking you know how it's going to go, and then like whoop, pulling that pulling that right out from under you. From under you. Let's see. It's, I can't say I don't know. I can't say too much bad about boards in all honesty. My only thing is that what they end up being is they end up being somebody holding the reins to your career for no good reason, like trying to make it difficult for you because somebody made it difficult for them. It just doesn't. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like the right thing to do. Hey, that you'll never ever need again. It's insane. And it's need more power to you. Like don't I don't know. I shouldn't sound so demotivating, right? Don't listen to that. Like there's there's some positive aspects to it. You know, people remember your name, they remember who you are, they remember how you answer things, and they appreciate that. Years later, you'll run into them again, and they still remember you as performing well under pressure. And I guess that's what it's about. It could just be me drinking the Kool Aid, or it could be the truth. Now, to put this interesting part in here, if I can. Yeah. And in the end, like if it's not a promotion board, what you've got is you know, you got a little bit of a higher understanding of what could happen next. And then you've got the idea of, who it is that you're going to be going before the next time. Well, that's the idea with the stuff that you're supposed to memorize. That is the idea. But, some people ask the dumbest shit. There's really no reason for that. think knowing the right answer definitely um, sets you up for some success. I gotta slow down with this. And as far as being able to help your soldiers, but I think, answering questions from people in charge might not be might not be the might not be the thing. Totally. Oh, 100%. Like, no doubt. What's your strategy? Like, do you have like a tried and true way of thinking about the how to go about the board, or you just walk in and see what happens? That's what I was gonna say. Like that confidence issue, like that's well, it's not an issue for you, hopefully. But that's the thing that gets most people. Walk in and act like you're doing them a favor. I mean, seriously, like you own their time, right? Like that's you. They're here to see you. All the other people that walked in before you, they're not here to see them. And if you're the first one in the door, like let them know. They're not going to see anybody else either. They might as well just go home. They've got their man. There you go. Good. That's the best way. That's the best person to be, man. Read the creed. Into that. Use that creed too, man. Like that's for me. Like honestly, I was always like on paper. It's always top block on all my OERs or NCOERs and everything. Um, and I didn't know half the stuff that I felt that I should know. But I did use that creed like as a personal creed. Like I used it, man. If I didn't know the answer to something and the soldier, had for me, like of course I was going to go look it up. But I would, I'd scroll through that thing in my mind and try to figure out if there was something that I should be able to provide in the immediate while they're waiting for me to get them the right answer. Yeah, I mean, learn that thing, man. That thing is that's me drinking the Kool Aid. You already know you got it. Fantastic. Maybe in a few years I'll be wearing a dot. Can't see anything with this. This is terrible. Colors are hard. Taking up space. Everywhere but inside the skin. There we go. Give me a break. Almost there. Almost there. I wear a hoodie and jeans. I don't see a problem with this. Problem with that. I have a reason for wearing this hoodie. I mean, you see all this ink stuff is crazy. I ain't trying to get that on my clothes. Yeah. I do love this hoodie though. My wife picked this thing up for me. I'm like, I just can't put it down. Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, totally not doing anything you want me to right now. Oh, no dot for you. Okay. Well, I don't know what you're missing. Did me wonders. I'm just kidding. It really did. It really was a good thing. Good. We need more. We need more. We need more of the good ones. So, maybe you want to tell me what your company will do, and I promise I won't steal the idea. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. I wouldn't steal the idea, but somebody else might. Deal. I originally, and I still might want to at some point, uh, once I, you know, figure a few things out. I really just wanted to go work for the FBI or the ATF, and help with like trafficked people's. I thought that would be a pretty nice thing to do. Not just nice like, oh, I'm a good human being, but like it would be interesting. and helpful, not just to me, but other folks. Yeah, that's true too. That's true. I mean, the states have their own. Take that down. States have their own too. Not sure. Don't really know where I want to go whenever I grow up. Dust is not bad. I'm gonna do something a little crazy here. Move on the floor than I do on me. New box of liners. Oh man, I might not actually get to the point where I'm coloring the my cute Thulu, and that's really what I wanted to do. I just also wanted to have it my way and do a tattoo as well, like another tattoo. Oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Ah, what it is about looking down so much. So what I'm doing is I'm grabbing another top hat, doo-doo, and I'm gonna put that on my desk. I'm gonna put the yucky old white, just straight white, because I like how this is turning out, but there's some spots on it that I'm just not fully trusting yet. So I want to go back to a smaller, tighter needle, um, and a little bit of a faster tempo. Back up to we'll say 8. And yep, that's quite a throw out. And I'll just go in here and I'm gonna purposefully lighten up a couple of areas. Crazy, this white, that it really all I'm doing is I'm really literally just lightening. I'm not There's not going to be any like really sharp points of light in this. That's okay. Like that's not actually what I'm going for. away. Even with these little tiny minor like highlights, though, um, could get it to a point where it could almost look like a like ice. A couple more times. Get. I don't want a solid like I tried to do that solid white line. I don't know if you guys remember on the axe. It's on the same leg, and I really did not like how that turned out. Like I mean, it's a good idea, but the my inexperience with that kind of it led me wrong, y'all. It led me wrong. What I did was I hit these corners. You can't really see too well. Doesn't look bad in person, but I hit these corners with the edges on the inside with that gray, and then coming back on top of some of it, this white, give it a little bit more, I don't know, contrast. We're getting there. We're getting there. I'm going to put a little bit of white with a little bit of the blue, even around that. Make a little bit more sense color wise. All right, this is whenever I start going like ham like this is wherever I really just like the whole world just kind of fades away, and I'm just kind of stuck in like artsy guy mode. So I apologize for that. Like I'm just like, wee, here we go. White here. I'm still on that light blue. I'm still on that light blue kick. Ain't bad. We can make that work. This is gonna be awesome. I love it whenever I look at something. I'm like, oh yeah, yep, it's almost getting there. Just like this cool ass lightning bolt made of ice crystal, something like that, and blood apparently. Whatever. Dig deep on that. This is definitely one where I'll be touching it up, but overall, I really like the effect. So I don't think that there's going to be like a whole lot of like change. Like I definitely won't be changing the design, right? There's just a couple spots where I wish that I would have thought a little bit more about the shadowing. Just a little bit more. I'll try to get those now, but I don't know how that would really pan out. I mean, why not? Might as well try it. I'm already here. I'm already bleeding. A bit on the light side. Yeah, okay, man. Let him get some fresh air. I'm actually gonna have to mix a little bit of that dark blue just to make it make some sense here. You know what? Ah, man. You know what it is? It's like whenever I start doing this little runny nose. Baby. There we go. Definitely say that I really appreciate the black outline. I think they're a lot simpler. This has been a great experience, but this is not something that I want to. It's not something I'm going to count as a win for experimentation this time. That's for sure. This should have been a lot easier than what it ended up being, and a lot less traumatic to the leg. Ton less traumatic to the leg. But doing this on me, so I'm not doing it on anyone else. Last thing I want to do, hurt anyone else. I give somebody, if I spend the time giving somebody a tattoo, I want it to be a positive experience. Not a crazy, insane experience where they don't really know what's up. What did you miss? Everything's blue. Yeah, everything is blue. So you missed another failed sound check, uh, or false start. You missed that. That was fun. Those are always a blast. Uh, and then you missed me trying my hardest to I was gonna color in one of the pieces that I've done uh, pretty early on, and yeah, that didn't happen. It didn't happen mostly due to the sound issues, and then also um, some of the some of the technical issues that I've had with this particular it should really simple piece. Should have been really simple anyway, but it's not, and that's okay. The thing is like I think it's actually going to end up looking pretty cool. Just not for another couple of weeks whenever I can revisit it. And that's okay. I can be okay with that. We've made some really interesting design choices with this one, and I didn't really have the experience to back those up in this particular case. This is my first time trying to do something in all colors with no black at all, and it has just been a completely different beast for me. Not impossible, just not particularly pleasant. But now I'm ending up with like this cartoon style. Gwyneth is. Edward just, he doesn't really care. He's a teenager, man. Like, I could walk out with a dick on my forehead and he wouldn't even notice, I don't think. Like, does it keep him from playing video games? Okay. Does it get him new video games? All right. Either way. I think he would argue that, but I think it's the truth. So, all right. I'm going to throw down a little bit more white, but gosh, I had my floor blue. Yeah, I'm going to throw down a little bit more white, and we'll call this good. What's up, Karen? Glad you're back, man. You've missed really not a lot. Um, just putting some few more details in there. Hopefully, I'm going to get to the point where I actually, feel like I can walk away from this and be like, yeah, that's my lightning bolt made of ice or crystal or whatever. It means nothing, just so you know. Like, there's no symbolism there. I'm just rinsing out my needle, trying to get as much of the dark blue out as possible before I start shoving white into it and wondering why it's coming out dark blue. It seemed to be working though. Do what we can. Do what we can. Go ahead and grab this. Wipe. What do you guys do after this? Like, I mean, I've got a whole like ceremony of things that I do, but like whenever you're done, whenever you're done watching me, you is it like bedtime? And I know Gary, you're studying, but I'm just curious what real people do. You know, yeah, that's funny. That's what we do. We just okay, yeah, sounds nice. I think I did that. I used to have like a pretty strict timeline of like 9:30 or so. Be be ready. you know, all the planes in the world. Yeah, I used to watch it like I can't remember like if it came on after afternoon cartoons or what, like whenever I got home from school, or if it was before. But I think it was like soap operas before, so I don't think it was MASH. And I always loved them except for the serious ones, right? Like the serious ones got me. I was like, why? This is supposed to be a funny show. That makes sense. What the? No, fam. Where, man? Like, what just happened? You guys see me get attacked by a cat? That was not cool. He has a way. Like, not what you want to happen while you're getting a tattoo. Cat attack. What the hell? Seriously. Come on, bro. I like you and all, but damn, son. Ooh, you know which cat. You know which cat attacked me. I'm not gonna say his name because it might be offensive. uh, all right. Okay. I think I'm actually at a pretty good point. Like way down low on white ink here. So give me as I'm not even gonna mix some more. I'm just gonna like take what I can here. It's like I swear it gets like super thick. Don't jump on me, cat. Put this way down. Scared the crap out of me. Like I thought like somebody like came up behind me. Like he came in with force. He wasn't playing around. What? So I can have a heart attack? Come on, man. Thanks. Thanks. On that note, man, I've heard that before though. Somebody was like, "Oh yeah, I watch it for the cat." Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. All right, so whenever this heals, it's going to be a while because I totally tore this up. But whenever it heals, it will look a wee bit on the better side. All right, do a little wash, mostly to paint the floor, but also to later disinfect it. And I'm actually going to move the camera, so I hope no one gets seasick, motion sickness. Uh, but this is such a small one, and I did put in like, man, I spent an hour on this thing, mostly tearing up my leg. So, all right, um, yeah, there we go. Yeah. So that is that. What's cool though is I learned a lot. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, I appreciate it. There's actually some redness up here that whenever it heals, this should be a little bit lighter. I don't know if you saw me like kind of digging down with the white and then kind of moving out and then jerking like to the off to the side. Like so, it should end up something like a very very light bling, if you will. And then yeah, maybe tomorrow instead of being so insistent on throwing down a brand new design, I'll just go ahead and color in cute Thulu. So for the folks that missed this morning's, look at all that blue paint. It'll come up easy, trust me. So this was what I did last night. Yes, ice lightning. I don't know. It has no meaning whatsoever. I just thought it'd look cool. And this is what I did this morning. So the E was last night, and the G was this morning, and I even somehow managed to sneak in a naked angel lady. So boom, lots of tattoos, lots of them. Whew, guys, this was like this was the one, right? Like sound problems, connectivity problems, my power supply cut out. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Uh, ink issues, needle issues. I think Cute Thulu is going to end up being like a purple, a little bit of pink, uh, tiny bit of yellow. You know, um, not really thinking too hard on it, but I already built in some shadow. Here, and I'll go back to this, and so I already built up some shadow on them, right? So that shadow should kind of power through a lot of the ink that I do. So yeah, thank you, I appreciate it. I don't know what the future holds, but I know that I have a lot of pieces that I want to touch up, and I have two, the fighter and the skeleton. Like those guys, like I'm super excited to work on those. So I just have a little bit of time left. I think it's like a week and a half on the skeleton and about a week on the fighter. So it's going to be a little while before I revisit them. So I'll have another couple. I'm not just going to do not just going to color the ones that I already have. I'll definitely do some more while I'm doing this, but I'm thinking maybe some larger pieces at some point in time. I haven't really decided yet. Um, I actually I'm looking at possibly going the route of like something like Art Deco or Art Nouveau. Some of the brighter, bolder pieces. Uh, but uh, but yeah, yeah. I mean, it's who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? I have the rest of my legs. I can reach all the way up to here to, so I got like all of this and I got like one full arm. And I'm trying to do as many as I can prior to being officially out of the military. So that'll be June 22nd. But I start class May 7th, I think, is when my block opens up. So, um, I'm definitely going to be burning the candle at both ends, trying to be creative and academic at the same time. So, um, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I got for tonight. Again, like I really appreciate you guys coming out. I feel kind of bad that it took me so long to do such a small piece, but in the end, it's definitely, even though it's only a few colors, it's one of my most colorful ones and probably one of the boldest ones that I have right now. So kind of stoked about it, and I'm glad that you guys were out here to experience that. So yeah, again, I haven't changed the date. It will be Monday though. Monday will be my next go around on this. It really is. I think for me, it's more about the hanging with everyone than it is the process. Thanks. I'm glad you like it. But yeah, it's definitely it wouldn't be the same without being able to share it with other people, especially you guys. You know, uh, there's different parts of my life that I know all of you from, so it's great to have you all in one place and staring at my thighs. What's up, girl? But yeah, Monday, I'll be back on. I don't think I'm gonna do anything until then. So, all right, guys, I will. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Hopefully, I'll see you on Monday. Don't let the world keep you from coming by. Yeah, fantastico.